My name is Jessica Arthur with Cape Fear Family Law, and today we're going to talk to you about breastfeeding and visitation and kind of what that looks like. We here at Cape Fear Family Law are that breastfeeding mothers are kind of near and dear to our heart. Lots of us have babies, we've breastfed, we've been there, we've pumped, we've been through the whole process. So we have people that come and ask lots of questions. What does visitation look like for a breastfeeding mother? Well, lots of people come in to ask questions about what does breastfeeding look like with visitation. They want to know, does that mean I don't have to let my baby visit? Does that mean that the visit get cut short? So I'm going to tell you today a little bit about how the judges look at that, because breastfeeding is not a barrier to the other parent getting to bond with a baby. Our judges here, especially in New Hanover, Pender, Brunswick County, will advise you that you need to pump. You need to provide breast milk for the other parent to be able to provide during visitation. And while your child's away from you, you can pump to kind of build up a store, so to make sure that the person can keep getting longer and expanded visitation. Because it's important that the baby bonds with both of their parents, and our judges feel very strongly about that. So breastfeeding is near and dear to our heart, except for maybe Matt. I'm gonna assume maybe he hasn't, but you never know. I don't like to assume things, but he's probably the one that definitely hasn't. There's always two sides to the breastfeeding scenario, right? If you're a father and you're watching the mother of your child breastfeed every 2 to 3 hours, you're sitting there thinking, if we separate, how am I gonna get to see my baby? And of course, if you're a breastfeeding mother, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I have to feed this baby every 2 to 3 hours to build up my supply, to make sure that I can breastfeed this child long term. Our judges, again, feel very strongly about being able to pump. You wanna make sure most insurance companies will provide you a free pump, that you get that you become familiar with it, that you join local lactation clubs. They're going to be able to help you with that, because our judges feel very strongly that a child needs to bond with both parents. And a huge part of the bonding process is feeding a baby. So you want to make sure that you pump, that you can provide bottles to the other parent when they have visitation, but breastfeeding shouldn't be a barrier to either parent being able to bond with the child. And again, our courts feel very strongly about that. What if you're a father that has the child and you're at a visitation, all of a sudden you realize the baby's not taking the bottle, you're having issues with feeding, or you run out of milk? You need to make sure that you don't unilaterally make a decision about feeding without consulting the mother. We've had cases before when there were sick children that had to go back and forth to Duke, where breastfeeding was really essential for that child, and the father just willy-nilly gave them formula, gave them different things, and that child's stomach, digestive tract just wasn't really able to cope with that, and that became an issue. You want to make sure throughout this whole process you are always co-parenting and working with the mother and making sure that you're making good decisions for your child. Again, our courts don't want to stop you from having visitation, and breastfeeding shouldn't be a barrier to that, but you still want to make good decisions for your child. If you're the mom and you're having problems pumping, I highly recommend you reach out to your local lactation consultants. They can definitely help you with that. But that still can't be a barrier to the father being able to bond with the child. So you guys definitely need to consult with a pediatrician, get more information, find out what you need to do, and you might need to supplement with some formula to make sure that dad gets that bonding experience and that the child gets that bonding experience with their other parent. It's so crucial during especially those first 6 months that the child bonds with both parents. And we don't want breastfeeding to be a barrier, we want it to be a positive for the child. So you just might have to look at other options, and you need to make sure that you remain open to all options. So I've even had clients before, to make sure that dad gets visitation, would wait outside wherever the visitation was happening. As soon as the child got hungry, dad would bring the child out, let her feed real fast, and then take the child back to visitation. Those parents were able to work together to co-parent like that. Mom wasn't in the room, she wasn't standing over dad's shoulder, but she was there to make sure the child got fed, because it was important to both of them that the child have breast milk for at least a certain part of their life. So they work together to make sure that that could happen. So breastfeeding shouldn't be a barrier, and if you work together, it can definitely be a positive for everyone. So I'm Jessica Arthur with Cape Fear Family Law. Here's your information on breastfeeding and visitation. If you have any questions, concerns, please contact us. We're always ready, willing, and able to answer questions for you. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel.